At first glance, it looked like nothing special. A small room, one desk, one chair, a quiet space most people would walk past without noticing. A single computer flickered in the darkness, unfinished frames glowing softly on the screen. No crew, no investors, no deadlines from studios, just one animator and a dream that refused to let him go. Every morning, he entered the same room, the same chair, the same screen, the same unfinished work waiting patiently for him to return. Sunlight slipped through the window, dust floating slowly in the air, as if time itself had decided to move gently inside this place. Day after day, he sat down, picked up his pen, and continued. Outside, the world moved fast. Cities rushed forward. Trends changed overnight. Shortcuts promised instant success. But inside that room, time stood still, frame by frame by frame. His eyes locked onto the screen, studying movement that most people would never notice. One drawing, one motion, one decision at a time. People didn't understand. 10 years for one short film? You'll miss your chance. You should move on. But obsession doesn't listen to reason. It listens to purpose. Years passed. Calendar pages flipped faster than he could count. His posture stayed the same, but his face slowly changed. Friends moved forward. Careers, families, stability. Laughter echoed outside in brighter colors, while inside the studio, the world remained quiet. He stayed behind. His hands grew tired, marked with ink and endless repetition. He adjusted timing by milliseconds, polished shadows no one would ever point out, redrew expressions that already looked good enough. But good enough was never the goal. He wasn't chasing applause. He was chasing precision, emotion, truth. Each frame had to breathe. Each movement had to mean something. Night after night, the only sound in the room was the low hum of the computer and the quiet doubt asking, "Is this worth it?" There were moments he almost stopped, moments when the money ran thin, moments when the project felt invisible, even to him. An empty wallet sat beside his tools while unfinished frames stared back in silence. Exhausted, he questioned everything. But every time he considered quitting, he remembered why he started. Not for fame, not for awards, but because there was a story inside him that refused to be rushed. So he kept going. Sunrise followed sleepless nights. The animation timeline grew longer, each frame placed with care. Sweat, focus, patience. Years etched themselves into his face, yet his hands never stopped. Walls filled with sketches, ideas layered on top of ideas. One frame stood alone on the screen. He studied it. Then a slow nod, a small improvement, enough to continue. This wasn't efficiency. This was devotion. A decade later, the final render completed. The bar reached 100%. No celebration, no announcement. He leaned back, exhausted but relieved. Quietly, he uploaded the film, submitted it like thousands of others. No expectations, just relief. It was done. Then something unexpected happened. Emails arrived. Festivals responded. Strangers began to watch and feel something. Faces lit up in dark rooms around the world. Eyes focused, hearts stirred. Not because the animation was flashy, but because it was honest. Every frame carried 10 years of patience. Every movement carried sacrifice. Every silence carried belief. The Academy noticed. Golden light filled the studio for the first time. Then came the night. The grand stage, bright lights, polished speeches. Among massive studio productions, his name was called. For a short film, made alone over 10 long years, he stood there holding an Oscar, not as a symbol of luck, but as proof that mastery still matters, proof that obsession, when guided by purpose, can become art. The world calls it success, but the real victory happened long before. It happened in the quiet room, late at night, when no one was watching, when a younger version of him kept working, unnoticed. And even now, after everything, he sits down once more, picks up his pen, and chooses to animate one more frame.